Did you know that many festive customs of Christmas, like feasting and gift-giving and wearing those pointy red hats, have their origins in an ancient Roman festival called SATURNalia? Today we're going to explore the historical and cultural significance of SATURNalia, an important annual celebration in Rome, draw comparisons between SATURNalia and Christmas, and clarify common misconceptions about its nature. Welcome to Making Sense of the World. I'm Christina Engela, your host on this journey into the weird and wonderful world of religious superstitions and disinformation. Today we journey back to ancient Rome to examine SATURNalia, a week-long festival that celebrated the god Saturn and the Roman ideals of abundance and social harmony. This festival was deeply woven into the religious and societal fabric of ancient Roman life, influencing the way winter holidays are celebrated even up to today. I'm not going to be addressing the finer points of the history of this holiday, but I will be focusing on the cultural and religious aspects of it instead. Let's start with the historical and religious meaning of SATURNalia. SATURNalia was celebrated beginning on December 17 and was later expanded to last about 7 days. It honored the god Saturn, the Roman god associated with agriculture, harvest, and abundance. This festival marked the end of the sowing season and the coming winter solstice period, serving as a time to reflect on renewal, fertility, and the promise of prosperity in the coming year. Now, one of the things the Romans believed about SATURNalia was that they believed Saturn, the god, once presided over a mythical golden age characterized by peace, equality, and plenty. During SATURNalia, social norms were temporarily suspended and overturned. Public gambling, which was normally illegal, was permitted, and widespread feasting and gift exchanges took place. Romans embraced customs symbolizing the holiday spirit, such as donning the Pileus, the conical felt cap ordinarily worn by freedmen, symbolizing freedom and social leveling for the duration of the festival. Role reversals were common, with masters serving their slaves, and social norms temporarily relaxed, all encapsulated in the exuberant atmosphere marked by the greeting Io SATURNalia.
Io SATURNalia. Io SATURNalia.
To reflect merriment and communal celebration. This social inversion symbolized a return to the harmony and equality of the Golden Age and reinforced Saturn's role as a bringer of prosperity. Now let's take a look at SATURNalia's influence on modern winter traditions. In the 4th century CE, Emperor Constantine formalized Christianity as the Roman state religion. But rather than outright banning pagan customs at the founding of the Roman Catholic or Universal Church, some of them were incorporated into Christian practices. Being such a prominent Roman holiday, the spirit of SATURNalia's customs significantly influenced later Western winter celebrations, including Christmas. Elements such as gift-giving, the use of evergreen decorations, and the timing around the winter solstice near to December the 25th, have roots in this Roman festival. When Christianity spread throughout the Roman Empire, early church leaders consciously integrated and adapted many pagan traditions like those of SATURNalia to make conversion to Christianity seem more acceptable or less alien to Roman citizens. SATURNalia's spirit of celebration was thereby absorbed and reshaped within the Christian liturgical calendar. This syncretism helped unify Rome's diverse population by making Christianity more acceptable to the broader Roman public by transforming older established pagan celebrations into the Christian holidays we recognize today. Now let's examine a few misconceptions about SATURNalia. The first is the claim that Christmas was deliberately set on December 25th to replace or baptize the pagan SATURNalia festival. Historical evidence shows that SATURNalia ended around December 23, and Christmas's date was established on December the 25th, independently often linked to calculations based on Christ's supposed conception and birth. The idea that Christmas was placed on December the 25th to suppress SATURNalia is also not supported by early Christian writings or scholarship. The second one that I uncovered was the assertion that SATURNalia involved devil worship or was satanic in nature, which is inaccurate. Saturn was a Roman agricultural god, wholly unrelated to Christian concepts of Satan. Roman religious thought did not encompass the figure of Satan as understood in Christian theology. SATURNalia was fundamentally about community, celebration, and a hopeful vision of abundance, rather than any malevolent or demonic worship. This misconception often stems from confusion or conflation of pagan rituals with the concept of evil in Christian narratives. The third one is the idea that SATURNalia had a special focus on a birth celebration, like Christmas, which some use to argue direct pagan parallels. SATURNalia primarily celebrated the god Saturn and themes of abundance and social inversion without any specific emphasis on a birth narrative. So therefore it is a misconception to link SATURNalia with Satanism or devil worship. It is SATURNalia after all, and not SATANalia. Then we can take a look at the continuity of pagan traditions in religious practice. Religious and cultural traditions evolve by adopting and adapting prior customs. Many Christian rituals and beliefs have origins in older pagan festivals and practices. This continuity highlights how human societies maintain cultural memory and symbolic meaning through their rituals, even as times and belief systems change. Christianity is itself not unique in any aspect of belief, ritual, or fixture. Let's look at a few examples. Now, Mithraism was an ancient Roman mystery religion centered around the god Mithras, and it bears a striking resemblance to Christianity in several ways. Both have a ritual meal akin to the Eucharist, a narrative of divine birth, celebrated with the winter solstice, in other words, December the 25th, and a focus on salvation and resurrection. Early Christian writers like Tertullian and Justin Martyr acknowledged these parallels, sometimes framing Mithraism as a deliberate imitation of Christianity. Zoroastrianism, a much older religion from Persia, which bears a striking resemblance to Christianity, can be seen reflected in elements of Christian theology. Concepts such as dualism and duotheism, the cosmic struggle between good and evil, the existence of a final judgment after death, resurrection, and the notion of a messianic figure restoring the world's perfection are common to both. In ancient Egyptian religion, deities like Osiris and Horus share stories involving death and resurrection and virgin births, motifs also integral to Christian narratives. Many ancient mystery religions around the Mediterranean, including the cults of Dionysus and Attis, involved rituals describing death, rebirth, and communal meals that echo Christian sacraments. And then we have Judaism, out of which Christianity directly emerged. It's pretty obvious that Christianity naturally shares foundational figures, scriptures, and theological themes such as monotheism, covenant, and messianism inherited from Judaism. The Abrahamic tradition as a whole, encompassing Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, features many overlapping religious ideas, symbols, and moral codes. These parallels are not necessarily signs of one religion copying another. Often they reflect shared cultural environments and common human concerns about life, death, morality, and the divine. Religions evolve by integrating and interpreting existing beliefs and rituals from other religions their cultures come into contact with, to resonate with their adherents' changing contexts. Looking back at SATURNalia offers insight into how ancient peoples celebrated life, nature's cycles, and social relationships through ritual and festivity. These ancient traditions enrich our understandings of modern cultural practices and remind us of the historical roots underlining many contemporary celebrations. So if you celebrate SATURNalia as a modern pagan, Io SATURNalia. Thank you for exploring the rich history of SATURNalia with me. If you found this look into ancient Roman culture enlightening, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts on these holiday traditions below. Until next time, keep well and stay curious. My name is Christina Engela. Thank you for watching.